Oh, okay, yeah. For me, mine, I just came up. It's really weird for me. Mine just started like where I could notice it, like maybe this past year or so. But I've been through a lot, but I think it just all culminated. I think in 2007, I was falsely accused of something, and I had to go through a big legal situation. And then I told my family about it, and then I pressed through and I tried to make sure I get through all of that before I really interacted with them. And then by the time I got around to be able to be back, with my mom and everything, I wanted to talk to her and let her know what really happened. She had disowned me by about that time because I guess the reputation. I grew up in a small town. People are telling her this, that, and the other. And at that point, I realized I was all alone, and a lot of issues stemming from that. My personality changed, the way I interact with people changed, and self-esteem. And I didn't even know I had. I don't think I have a real. I still don't like to say self-esteem, but as far as me, if somebody else says something negative about me, I'm more likely to take it in and just let it be. I don't have that fight in me to speak up for myself. You know, like I used to. Um, Girl, that's me too. Like I'm better on the internet. If when I go out and about, I want to connect with people because I understand how important it is. And um, I have a guitar too. I don't know how to play it though. but oh, okay, yeah, but for me too, I spend a lot of time alone, and I work from home too. Right now I'm in between, and it's just and I've always been the kind of person where what I was raised on was that Maria, be careful who you hang around because they can get you in a lot of trouble. But I've always been a loner. I think I took it 100%, and I always wanted to be successful. And that's another thing that really hurts me too. I don't have any success in my life right now, and I'm trying so hard. And one of the things that I'm working on, and I'll make this picture bigger so you can see it. I have these 12 circuits that I'm working on for myself personally. Because if I'm not successful and I don't be, it won't be for lack of me trying or having a plan. And these are things that I work on. And you talked about social, see for, and I'm off, but number seven, networking and social skills. So it's something that I realized that I definitely have to do. Usually when I just like you, when I have to go outside, it's because I absolutely have to. I ran out of toilet paper or I need food. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. And and I'll go outside just like this, t-shirt and tights, and I'll walk right on out, maybe throw a sweater on just to cover up a little bit. And it's like if anybody speaks to me or talks to me, I really don't say anything, not too much. And I mean, it's just, and then what I wanted to do for me to try to improve my networking and social skills, out in public, like 1 hour a day, like I said, that there's time that's supposed to be scheduled for that, for me to go out and not have on my earphones, not have anything with me. My phone is in my bag. I'm not flipping through TikTok. I'm just walking and I'm enjoying the air outside, the nature. And if I see people, try to, how you can turn off your presence, which I think a lot of us do, try not to turn it off, but keep it open. So if they look at you, you're not quickly looking away, but you say hello, you speak. And you give people an opportunity to get to know you and to meet you, and vice versa. you know so that's something I'm trying to train myself to do. I did it for a couple of days, and um you know it caught me off guard because as soon as I walked outside, somebody spoke, and it was somebody I wasn't expecting to speak. So I immediately turned away. But the thing is to gauge, and that's just 1 hour a day. Take a walk around your neighborhood, your block, or whatever. And the thing about it is that you gauge your success. For me personally, this is what I'm trying to do. I haven't, seeing if it actually is working or not. But gauge what I'm doing is I'm gauging my success in that. Okay, so let me look at the interactions I had when I was out for that hour. Okay, this man spoke to me. I wasn't expecting it, and I hurry up and I turned my head. In the future, so now I know that this man may speak to me. In the future, you don't. You stop. You put your feet down. You square off, and you look at them. Hey, how you doing today? You doing good? Allow it to happen. Allow it. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, I walk past and things that make you happy. I walked past this house. This woman had her little she shed set up for like a girls' clubhouse. It says the sister's house. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But on the way back, I was hot, so I took my sweater off, and they were probably looking like, why that old lady got that on? And I kind of, they didn't say that, but you can feel it. And so I have to think about that too. How am I presenting when I go out? And am I comfortable continue to present like this? And when people respond, how do I feel about it? And how am I going to internalize that? Am I gonna have my feelings hurt? All them little girls talked about me, or will I make better choices when I go out? Or will I just look at them and say, hey, are y'all okay? So it's those things. What are the things that you experience when you're out and about that cause anxiety, and how do you manage those? Or yeah, just basically when you go out and you have situations that cause anxiety, how do you manage that? And you mm-hmm. Me too. Yes. Girl, thank you so much for sharing that because actually I thought didn't know what was going. I was experiencing those same things. I'm glad you said that, but I think mine was depression. It would be like, and I should be embarrassed or something, but I'm not. I open everything because that's what I want. I want people to see what I'm going through, and if they understand or can relate, it's honest. I'm not putting you on the front, but sometimes I'll be sitting in the chair. I'll be so depressed. I'll be sitting like this, and though I'm laying still, I feel like I'm dizzy and I feel like I'm falling at the same time. And the same exact words that you said, that's like That's what I said in one of my videos that I posted because I didn't know what was going on. I was like, I want to say vertigo, but I don't even know if that's really what vertigo is. But I feel really, really dizzy, like, and then I
Yeah.
also feel like I'm falling, even though I'm laying here in the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
It
we,
comes out of nowhere. That's the
hmm
crazy part. People literally just be standing, and next thing you know, it feels like you're falling backwards. It's like, what is that? Like, and I have like a Fitbit watch, so I look at that, and then everything is fine. I'm like, okay, maybe that's just in my head. I ain't been to my doctor about it yet, but it's like for me now, it's almost like I have to watch how I walk. You know what I'm saying? Like it's becoming. I don't even know what it is. I don't know, but it's making me nervous to go to the doctor because it's like I don't want them to keep giving me medication. I want them to help me so I don't have to go through this. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So that's. I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah.
really don't know.
And that's the reason that I'm doing this too, because I feel like, if we talk to each other, we can help each other out. If you go to the doctor, they're just gonna give you medications. And then
Yeah.
sometimes those medications are gonna have side effects, and then you're just
Yeah.
gonna, you can be a slave to medication. You spending thousands of dollars, or if you get welfare or whatever, if you get assistance, all of you're spending your whole time getting assistance for medication. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to be a zombie. I want to actually
Yeah.
feel, but I want to be able to fix whatever's going on or work through it, change my mindset, my heart set, my emotion set, whatever need to be changed. And like I said, it's the same thing. I was wondering the same thing like you were wondering, like, is this am I dreaming? It's got to be something where my emotions or how I'm feeling is so strong that it's causing some type of, and I maybe said the wrong word, physiological, like something is a mental
Yeah.
thing, but it's causing something physical to,
Yeah.
happen. And those are the same physical symptoms that I get. Do you have
Yeah.
any other symptoms? Those are the major ones, do
Yeah,
you?
those are maybe ones that scare me bad. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, so not only that, but sometimes if I feel like I can't breathe, like I start like it just get crazy. If I feel like I can't breathe, I'm like I start panicking. I'm not gonna even lie. Like I have to put on like rain sounds. I turn my TV on to YouTube and put on like some other sounds just to like clear my head. Because if I fall down into that rabbit hole, I think I call the people to come get me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want
Yeah.
to do all that. I'll be scared of that because it's like y'all can't really help me. I mean, it
Mm-mm.
could be metaphor or not. I mean, I don't know, but it just I don't. I just it's too much. Sometimes it's just too much, and I just lay in bed as much as I can when I'm feeling like that because I have a 3-year-old, so I have to kind of be active with her. Because I don't want this to be on her either. I don't want her to be like, oh, mama always just laying down. We don't ever go to the park. So sometimes I push myself for her. You know what I'm saying? It don't even be for me no more. It be for her. But once I'm out with her, sometimes I do feel better. I be like, dang, okay, I was doing all of that complaining, but when I got to wherever I had went and I see she was having fun and I was having fun, then it's like, okay, I'm back in the present, and I could go from there. And I pat myself on the back because it's really hard. It's really
Mm-hmm.
hard. So
I think that's important too. I celebrate like every little success thing that I do. And you're right, sometimes just stepping out into the sunlight, getting outside and get some fresh air, a different environment. If I'm sitting here in this dark, when I'm depressed, I call this the depression dungeon. If I'm sitting here in the dark, and this is all I see, and all I see is what's on my computer, I got to do this, that, and the other, then, I need to change my view. And every now and then, it would be like I would only go outside to check the mailbox. But when I go outside, it's like a whole different environment. It's bright and sunny and
yeah,
airy. What am I in here pouting about? It's beautiful out
yeah,
here,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it does help, it
I mean, I'm
definitely
in
does
Florida,
help.
so
Okay.
I try to go to the beach. When I feel like I said I'm gonna start going to the beach more because when I before I go I be like so anxious and whatever. But when I get in that car, I get more anxious for whatever reason, and I know I'm going to somewhere where I know I'm gonna find peace or be not in my head. But when I get there, it's like that walk before you actually see the beach. Like you have to walk through like some trees or something before you actually see the beach. And that right there, my heart be racing. But as soon as I see that water, I be like my everything just kind of calms me, and I be panicking for like a little bit, but once I'm like focused, remember why I came out there, and just look at that water, I become really like really at peace. It brings, and I end up sitting out there. 'Cause I'm like I'm only gonna go out there for 30 minutes. Like I always give myself a time, and I think that's what makes my anxiety. I call it razzle. I don't like to call it anxiety, but I call it razzle anxiety. So if I say razzle, I'm talking about anxiety. So, but yeah, I always give myself a time limit. But if I go past, like if I say I'm out there for 30 minutes, but I go an hour, feel really good after that. I'm like, okay, I did a whole hour, even though I put a 30-minute time limit on it, and then I just pat myself on the back. I go get me ice cream when I'm done, because I'm feeling good, and stop.
Yeah, that's really good. That's what I do too. Set little goals for myself, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what for me, baby steps. Okay, like you said, you said 30 minutes. If you do an hour, wow. And then you reward yourself. Just like for me, depending on how depressed I am, oh, I sat up today. I combed my hair, and
Oh
just little
yeah,
things and rewarding yourself. And you're so right. And I used to live in Florida too, and that beach is something else. Immediately, it takes, it's like it just, like you said, you feel a little anxiety. And then when you get there, it takes it all away. I sit and I just let it all out. And it's a 1,000% better. I'm in Georgia now, about 25 miles north of Florida. But yeah, so definitely. So it looks like we're using the same, kind of tactics to self heal, to a certain extent. So that's good. That's good to hear. So is anxiety the only thing and you said you had postpartum depression, so you don't suffer from depression
yeah. I had
anymore?
postpartum depression. My first child, my
Hmm.
second child, I didn't have it, but my last child, I had it because her dad was like a narcissist, so he kind of. And then COVID happened, so we was stuck living together, and it was really bad.
Yeah, this
So
been
he
tough.
made me off. Yeah. So, but yeah, they said I had the worst type of depression after I had my baby, and recently there was like my depression that I got now. I ain't claiming it, but the symptoms they said that I have, like some type of major depression. It put me on medication, but I only took it one time, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again because I get razzled like to take the medication to help me. I start freaking out because I'm like, okay, what's the side effects to this? You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
I just want to feel better. I don't want to take prescriptions. I want to be able to walk out my house and not have to plan an hour before I actually walk out the house. That's tiring. It's exhausting. And so, but yeah, they said I had depression, PTSD. Uh, I just had a list of stuff.
Girl,
So
yeah.
I'm like all under that window of whatever, whatever deals with emotions and mental. That's me. I'm right up under here.
Hmm.
So it's really hard, and I struggle a lot with it. A lot of days I feel like I'm gonna break down and start crying. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's really hard. People don't get it. So that don't, deal with it, they don't understand it. So it's like I explain myself to people a lot because they don't understand it. And they gonna be thinking like, oh, you lazy or you just don't want to. No, it's not that. Like I was a very functional person, especially before this COVID. I was working, like I was living my life, going to get my nails done, get my retwist. You know what I'm saying? I was up on my self care. I never was like not doing that. And then this happened. It's like it's so hard for me to go to the nail shop. It's so hard for me to go get my hair redone. Last time I went, I had like a panic attack, and I was like, I got to go. I can't handle this. You know, what I'm saying? It's too much. The heart like right now, because I know I'm like having breath right now, but the heart palpitations, I hate those. Like it freaks me out. I start thinking like something bad about that, and so I just start spiraling. So it's crazy. I don't even know.
Yeah, and
I
I
don't
like
even know.
how you think about that. Like you said, you don't like that word you use, razzle, because I didn't used to use these words either. Because I was like, once you start claiming that stuff, but I like that. And when you talk about the heart palpitations, sometimes I find myself where I have to breathe deep. Like I'm like, and that helps me
Yeah.
a little bit. And what I tried is I even made a sticker like it's called box breathing, where you breathe in for 4 seconds,
Oh
then you.
yeah.
Oh, you know
Word.
about that? Okay. Do you go to
Yeah.
therapy or?
I did go to therapy. Like I actually got, because I called my therapist because I'm like, I need something. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt myself like getting really out of control mentally. Like it just scared me. But yeah, but they have a lot of these on TikTok, like a lot of health anxiety rooms, and I be in those rooms because sometimes I be having like a whole panic attack. So I go in these rooms just to make sure that it's not a medical emergency. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go in there and be like, okay, this is what's happening. And then they'll talk me through it, the touch case, I mean, the touch, with things you can touch, things you can see, and stuff like that. And then
Exactly.
once I do that, then I'm like, okay, it wasn't what I thought, you know what I'm saying? So it calms me down, and then I feel better. But I run to TikTok. I'm not, I mean, I look at church and all that stuff. I pray and everything, but sometimes I'm like, I need some help on that. You know what I'm saying? Because,
Hmm.
like, sometimes I'm panic make you feel like you're gonna pass out, and just depends. I guess the situation, honestly. Because when I wake up, in my mind, I'm always like, dang, how do I feel? I gotta stop doing it because I literally be scanning my body for something to be wrong. I never just wake up and be like, okay. I mean, I be like, oh, I'm glad to waking up. But then next after that, I'm like, okay, this is what I feel. This is not gonna be a good day. I already put myself down as soon as I get up. Like, okay, I woke up. Here we go again. I'm thinking again today. Like I start thinking, but I just gotta stop. It's just hard though, but yeah, it's
And
tough.
yeah, another thing I commend you on, I guess you don't have a choice if you have family, you have kids and a husband, because you still say that you keep up your self care. You do your hair appointments, and
Mm-mm. No, I don't.
oh, okay.
I don't. I said I don't like that. I used to do that.
Hmm.
I don't do that. I'm so fearful of going in there, passing out. I'm so fearful of going to get my hair like to sit in that chair for that for her to retwist my locks. Like no, I can't do it. It's just too much. It's too much. Cause last time I went and I was like, nah, she was taking too long, and it was just too much for me. My heart was racing. She kept saying, "Am I okay?" Like I don't like that because I'm like, what do you see that makes you I'm not okay? Because that starts making me panic.
I
Because
feel
I
like
don't
that too. You know, don't ask
like
me, am
that.
I okay? You know, assume the best for me, sis. Assume the best. You
Yeah,
know.
like don't
Yeah.
take that. So I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. And she's like, I understand. And I'm like, I hope you do because I got to get out this chair. It's too much. I want to be where I'm comfortable. Like I can't. It's just too much. It really is. Some days it's like some days I'm like, am I on myself? Because I just don't know what to do. Like my career has changed now. I'm in medical building coding. I'm in school for that. I don't really want to do that, but because I was in the military, they help me pay. They help pay for school, so I don't have to pay for school, and they give me money so I can pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really want to do medical building coding. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't. But I needed something because I have to pay my bills. Because I'm too scared to go outside and work. Like there's no way I can be at somebody's place of business and be stable. Like I look like the crazy woman. Cause I have attitude with everybody. Like hurry up, and I know I gotta be on the clock. That's too much pressure for me. That's too much. I just can't do it. So I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just floating. I'm just floating, to be honest, because I don't know. I don't know. I'm 42. I'm gonna be 43 this year in my career. I don't even have a career anymore. Before that, I did because I was working at Nordstrom, and the pandemic happened. I had my baby in April 2020, and yeah, everything went downhill from there. So. I don't know.
That's good. I feel you. And that's one of the things that was on my list too, education. Right now, I take classes online, like through Coursera, digital. And my thing, like my little tagline says, I love technologies, I love humanities and self love. Those are things that are going to keep me going. So right now, I'm trying to get my CompTIA A plus certificate. You can get that on Coursera. You actually can. You got to pay for it or you get a scholarship. It's 5 classes. I've taken 2 of the 5, and I stopped in 2021, and I'm picking back up now. But I have a hard time kind of staying focused on it. It's like so. I try to, like I said, set aside an hour. Like you said, you go to the beach, you set aside 30 minutes. I try to set aside an hour a day at a specific time to do it. But depending on how I'm feeling, it doesn't always happen. Yeah.
I'm on my last semester of classes. I finished in June, but I think I might pick up some more classes because I need more time. Like I need more time, like my mental. Like I'm still like, and I'm only taking classes just so they can pay my bills. So it's like I'm not into what I'm really trying to do. Like that's not my thing. My thing is fashion, but I can't. I'm not there to be out trying to talk to people. Like I'm just not there. My social skills is not where it used to be. I don't know. I'm not confident. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like my esteem went down, and it just I don't know. But I know I need to get out of whatever this is because for me it's a dark space because I don't know what to do because I'm so like anxious all the time and so like paranoid. The falling feeling. I think that's the only thing that's keeping me like not really want to do nothing because it feels like I'm falling. I don't like it when I'm trying to walk. Like it feels weird. And I'm like, I don't know if people notice it. If they do, they don't say nothing. But it's like my kids do I walk funny? And I know they get tired of me asking. I know they get tired of me asking them like, do I walk funny? Do my face like I start thinking of stuff going on with my face because I stress so much. And stress is really not good. But I just don't know how to this circle. This is it's like a rabbit
day when I went into this depression a couple of days ago. That's what I'm saying. I was just like, I feel like I'm just going in circles, and I can't
Yeah.
do it no more. I can't keep going in circles. We got to change something because if I keep going in circles, the circle gonna wear out. It's gonna burn out,
Yeah, and that's the
So
part I'm scared of. Because
yeah,
when it wear out, where will I be at mentally for that to wear out? Because then it's gonna feel like
exactly,
I done gave up. I might end up in the middle place. Like I start thinking it because that scares me, not being
girl.
able to control anything. And you in that place, because I have a cousin that actually, she, okay, let me tell you, I have a cousin that, you know, what I'm going through is bad, but really with her, she got schizophrenia. She got all that. She been in the mental, like she's been there. So I ain't been there. I ain't trying to get there. But she be having her moments, but she be breaking down. I'm like, dang, am I getting there? I don't want to be that, but I hope that I never have to, really get that far.
That's what
Alexa, turn off. Yeah,
that's
so
what I say. Yeah, take care of yourself if you can, because once you get there,
yeah,
it's out of your control, and that's just a job to them. You know what I'm saying? So if
yeah,
it's they having a
yeah,
bad day, they be like, okay, just give us some meds and call it a day.
yeah,
So
yeah. I definitely ain't trying to go there. So that's why I do reach out. Let my family know. I be like, look, I'm struggling today, just so y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Like, my attitude might not be what y'all think it should be today, but this is what I'm feeling. So please don't annoy me, because if I get annoyed, I start like yelling. I start to become like a crazy one, because I feel like everything is just it's just a blur sometimes. I don't really know what's going on. So sometimes I feel like I zoned out too, and I don't
hmm
like it, because I feel like something happening in your body, and it's like you come back to reality. You're like, hold up.
yeah, I get that completely. It's like zone. Did I lose you? Did I lose you? Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
No,
okay.
somebody was calling.
Oh, okay, no problem.
No, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm hearing myself
Okay, I'm
echo
here.
back now, but
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. I'm hearing myself echo back now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, okay, yeah. And you're welcome to screen record this. I don't have any problem
I
with
can't
any of
get.
that. You can't hear me now? Tattoo, you can hear me? Okay, I lost her. But she made a lot
Can
of
you
good.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, I thought you had left.
Alexa, turn off.
Yeah, but a lot of what you said made a lot of sense. And about that zoning out too, I do that too, where it's just like I cut off. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'll just cut off, um, and I'll just lay there and just cut off. But yeah, and like you were saying about going in circles, and that's exactly how I felt. What you were talking to me about when you were saying how, you know, I felt like it was just, and I made a video about it. It's on my page, and it says circles big on it. Okay, let me see if I can get you back. Hold on. Um, I hear a doorbell ringing. Yeah, I'm gonna invite you up, Tattoo. I guess that's what the doorbell is. Like I said, I only been using the live studio for a couple days. I've been doing regular. Um, trying to get you back up. Okay, I just sent it.
Okay. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, that echo was real bad. That was like, and then it wouldn't let me type nothing, so I was like, I have to come out.
Yeah, and just so you know, I don't mind if you need to screen record or whatever. You can. I don't have no problem with any of that. From I don't have any problem with it.
I don't even know how to do none of that, so I don't know. I mean, I got a lot of followers, but I never even went live yet, so I don't know how none of this works.
Okay, because sometimes it's helpful just to go back and see things, and
Mhm.
yeah. But everything you're saying was really good. When you talked about zoning out, like I said, I get that too. Where sometimes it's just I sit there and I just allow myself to go out. It's just,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to describe. It's just I just let it go for a minute, and I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. I can come back, but I let it go. But what you said about the circles was real. That because that's exactly how I felt. And I said I had a video on my channel where it says circles all in big. 'Cause that's what I felt like. I felt like I'm going in circles, like you said, the hamster wheel. And it gets to the point, like you said, you get tired of going in circles, or it's come to the end, and like you said, you don't know where to go. You know, where do I go from here? And if it gets to that point, and that was at a point where I was at, I was like, do I need to just give up? And when I say give up, I don't mean any self harm way, but I mean give up meaning just do nothing and let Jesus take the wheel. you know, and let
Yeah.
whatever happen happen. So, but yeah.
And what happened happened is a scary thing.
Yeah, that's true too, because like you said, things can be misperceived. And if you get into that point, and that's what I talked about, one of my mental health things that affect my mental health are institutions, whether it's employment, homeless, shelters, legal, mental health institutions. And I say that because in those situations, okay, just like if you can't pay your bills or whatever, you end up in a homeless shelter. Okay, what's the lesser evil? Because now you're somewhere where they can impact your mental health and everything, you know so it's just you need to take control of as much as you can, and like you said, when you get to that point or you see it coming, you're like, we reaching out, and that's exactly my purpose of being here today. Live streaming, and I'm very transparent about it. Hey, this is what I'm going through. This is what I need, and the
Yeah.
interaction, like you said, from people that understand or have gone through similar, means a lot. It helps. It
Yeah,
definitely
it
does
do.
help.
'Cause I be on that edge, but I'm like, all right.
Hmm.
Like today ain't a good day, But once I start talking to people, I start like today I feel some type of something in my body, which it works right now, but I don't even know like I don't know. It's just a weird feeling that I got in my body. So it's like I'm trying not to sit with it because I know I'm gonna keep like making it worse because I'm thinking about it, like because I'm like, okay, do I need to go to my doctor or is it just in my head? So I already made my doctor's appointment, but it's just I'm feeling something. It don't hurt, but it's like it's there. I don't know what that is. And it could have been my because my doctor keeps telling me I'm fine, but if I keep running back to her, keep saying stuff, she gonna be like, okay, I think you're going to go. So, cause my doctor know me, and I've been with her for a while. So she's like, she said she's never seen me like this before. So
Hmm.
that same day when she seen me that time, she was like, yeah, let me get you to a therapist because you need to keep somebody right now. And so I ended up talking to somebody, but I don't know. It's just a lot. That's all I know. And sometimes it's really overwhelming, and I get overstimulated. I don't want to be around nobody. It just I ain't even cried. That's the thing. Like I think that's another thing, another reason why I'm like probably holding in a lot of stuff too, because I haven't cried. Like I go with it and just like go through my day, be overstimulated, and I be mad, but I don't cry. Like I feel like I need to cry, like to get this stuff off me, a lot of the trauma or whatever I'm holding. So it's I don't know. It's just really hard. Like it's draining. It's exhausting. It's tiring. Like it's just really overwhelming. Like I don't wish this on nobody. Like not even on my worst enemy because this is hard. It's like God gives us He gives stuff like this to strong people. I'm just like, ooh, why? I ain't gonna complain because it's worse. Like it can definitely be worse. But it's like, okay, I guess it's the cards I'm thinking, and I just gotta figure out how to maneuver around it. So I kind of to like take every day one by one instead of because before I used to be like, okay, I got to do this, that. No, I try to just get through my day. Once I get through my day and get to relax at the end of the day, I get to breathe and I'm anxious at night. It's like because I've been like battling all day. So at night when it's time to go to sleep, I'm ready for that sleep because my day has been long. Even if it's just a mental thing, it's exhausting.
Yeah, it
So
definitely is.
it's really exhausting.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep. And sometimes I don't like talking to like okay, so I got people I can talk to all the time, but I feel like sometimes it's a burden to them because they go through it too. But it's like I feel like it's a burden. You know what I'm saying to keep coming back with the same thing. Like okay, this how I'm feeling today, and then it'd be like, oh, we it's true, yeah. I've been through it before, but maybe today it just feels a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I didn't feel this before, and I'm saying it to you, but most times I try to like just come on TikTok where I know people don't really like judge that. The rooms I've been in with that's dealing with that, they really understand and they help you. They stay on that thing, you feel like you better. You know what I'm saying? Like they do not leave. They don't. Because I was
Mm-hmm.
having the whole thing for like I think it was in almost like an hour and 30 minutes trying to work on me. Okay, I felt so embarrassed. I was just like, you know what? I was like, I'm sorry, y'all. It was like, no, we understand. We want you. We want to help you because they know, like, if you're in that dark space and you don't have nobody, you're
Mm-hmm.
liable to do anything. You know. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm
I'm glad
thankful.
you came along. Stop. Sit down.
Yeah, I'm thankful that I haven't gotten to that point because like I guess the thing that keep me is I'm a coward for one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't want
Yeah.
any bugs or anything eating me alive. You know, if nobody finds me. And then on top of that too, I don't want a whole bunch of videos about me after I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I want you to love me while I'm here, and that's why I reach out too
Yeah.
because I want you to see what I'm going through. And if you have an opportunity while I'm here to love me through it. And then when I get to the other side, we can celebrate. We can celebrate
Yeah.
together. You know.
Yeah. So that side is there. It
Mm-hmm.
just, it ain't, I don't know where it's at. It ain't here.
Yeah.
I see visions of me actually being happy, me out here doing stuff, but I ain't there yet. Like maybe I am there, maybe I'm just sitting out. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, life is out there. As soon as you open that door, as soon as you wake up, it's there. It's like I'm grateful, but it just be like, okay, so now what? I'm grateful I woke up, but here I am on this field once again, and it ain't nobody's fault but my own. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just I'm just stuck in my honestly, and I hate to keep saying that, but I am because it just I don't know where the end game. I don't know like I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't know. Maybe it's teaching me because it has me patience. So I am learning through the journey, but it's still hard because some days are better than others. Now days when I'm not really thinking, I'm just out doing. Oh, I be having a blast, okay? And then when
Mm-hmm.
I be like, dang, I did all that. I'm exhausted, ignoring all my symptoms, ignoring all my thoughts. And just, I have had days like this. I'm not gonna lie. But there have been few. But when I get those days, I make sure I do everything in that day. Because tomorrow, I know ain't gonna be like how it was. So I just try to, I just try to stay positive. It's real hard though, but I try to keep my mindset. Okay, Aurora, you can have Alexa. I try to stay positive. Sometimes it's really hard, but I look at people. So on TV, I look at YouTube. It's like because I'm in Florida, I have like the beach on Florida, the line where you can look at people at the beach. So I look at that and I'm like, look at all these people out here enjoying their life. No matter what they got going on, they out here at the beach. I see people out there with one leg. I see people out there in wheelchairs, and that gives me gratitude. I'm like, hold up,
Mm-hmm.
why am I complaining? I have two arms. I can see, can speak, I can breathe properly. Like, what's my problem? So that right there motivates me. It's like, okay, and I get that burst of energy. I'm like, oh, I can go do this now, and I can walk out the house in confidence. Yeah, but then once I get in that car, I'll be like, okay, yeah, where did it go? Like, okay, I'm in the car, and then I start having this little attack coming. It's like, oh my god. So I have to, I have to just be, grateful because if not, God gonna help show you how to, you should have been doing what you needed to do. Because
Oh
what
yeah.
you don't use, you lose. So I try to like just, just try to think positive on my bad day. Because I know there's people going through way, way, way worse than what I think is really bad. So So I'm able to just, I have a car, my car paid off, I have a roof over my head, I got food, clothes on my bed. So I keep that, that's the part that keep me going. It's like, okay, pandemic happened, I could have got kicked out, but no, I was able to pay my bills on time through the whole pandemic. So my baby daddy here ain't helping me now one bit, and I had a whole new baby, I was still paying my bills. It was like, why am I being ungrateful? Like, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? Why am I being so hard on myself? I got baptized. I did a lot of stuff. It's just like, why am I still worried? Why am I still complaining? Why am I? being the best version of me because this is all it is. It's building me to be to get out my comfort zone. It's building me to be a better person. But I, for some reason, I just don't see it, and I know it's a journey. But stop myself in my water. So it's just I don't know. It's just I don't know. I feel really good right now. I feel like I can take over the world right now. But as soon as we hang up, I know I'll be right back in that space where it's like, hey, that was a good conversation. But now I'm like, okay, now you know. I know I gotta do schoolwork, so I'm probably gonna end up doing that. But I got a little burst of little motivation right now.
Well,
So
that's good to hear. I'm glad you did. And I have one question for you. Like you mentioned, relationships and with the self care thing and how now you're not doing it so much anymore. When you were actively doing the self care, were you in a relationship at that time? And are you currently still in a relationship?
okay, so I was doing self care before I met my kid's child's father. But even when I met him, I was still doing my self care. Like that didn't stop. I was already taking care of myself, so I didn't really need him to like do nothing for you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really need him for that to keep me up. But it's like and I'm not in a relationship right now. It's just me and my baby, me and my kids. So but I only stopped doing self care because my uh my razzle was just so heavy that I couldn't keep up. It was draining me and I just didn't feel like I deserved to be get my hair done, my nails done. So it kinda and then I had my baby on top of it, so it was like I was having a little bit of depression. My baby daddy wasn't helping me even though he was here, he just wasn't helping me. So
Hmm.
that added more stress, more depression, more, frazzle, all of that. So I just haven't got back to where I need to be
Hmm.
mentally to go take care of my physical. You know what I'm saying? My self care because some days just be hard. Like when I brush my hair, put oil on my locks, I'm like, okay, I did something. You know what I'm saying? I brushed my hair and it made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? It just sometimes it's hard. So even days it's like I ain't feel like washing my face. I'm like, well, what I'm washing my face for? It's like I start and I always was like into hygiene, making sure, my face, brush my teeth, shower, all of that. When I started noticing that, I was like, hold up, nah, this ain't me. So I took to pull myself out of it. Like, I don't know where. So it's like, I'm gonna just chill. I'm sitting in the house. Why I gotta do all this? Because it's was taking up too much energy. It was draining me. Just to
Hmm.
do a little thing. And I started looking at my apartment. I'm like, why is y'all looking like this? I gotta clean up. Like, what is going on? I had to talk to myself because that's not me. You know what I'm saying? So I knew right there something was really wrong because it's like,
Hmm.
when did I let it get like this? You know what I'm saying? Like it was just weird. So I like my place clean. I don't like to have to clean up when somebody say, "Well, I'm gonna come over." No, I'm like, "Oh, come on." You know what I'm saying? Because my place already clean. But now I gotta be like, "Hold up." You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure this straightened up. Let me make sure this. I got kids and stuff, but I just try to make sure everything. No, put
Yeah.
it down. I just try to make sure everything just stay together because if I break, ain't no telling
Oh.
taking care of. So it's like I have to be the strong person because if I fall, everybody else falls. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that on me because I just don't. And that's the scary part. Maybe that's the reason why I still keep going because I do have kids and I don't want them to, I don't want them to see me. Even though I know they see it because I'm not the same person. I used to be the front mom, used to take them out and do this. But it's just a lot. It's hard. It's like, now I can't do this. Because I'm feeling like this. And they didn't want to do stuff. I mean, they still do stuff without me, but it's like, dang, I can't even go to the mall with my kids. It's like, what's my problem? Just to walk around, get good exercise, to see stuff. It's just hard. I just can't. Just can't. It's just, stop. And then when you don't get a break from your 3-year-old, it's like, you just drink all the time. It's tiring taking care of a 3-year-old
Hmm.
all day. Then I'm doing schooling. So I ain't even focused on that. So I ain't even focused on my schooling because I ain't really trying to do it. But I mean, if that's what's gonna pay the bills, then I'm gonna have to do it.
Do they let you change what your focus would be, or is it too late? Like if you were to change, what would you change to?
So if I was to change, like I would get into psychology. I would really get into that because I do like helping people, and I feel where I'm comfortable at, knowing that I'm able to help somebody because I've been through a lot of stuff, and I feel like I have good. I feel like I can motivate people, like, because I'm genuine. full attention and really listen to them. I want to be able to, be able to listen to them and try to help them. Because I know people be going through it and be needing people to talk to. But the only thing with that is like when people tell me about their story, I start feeling like real, empathetic, empathy. I start feeling what they're feeling and pull myself out of it. Because now I'm with stop. Because now I'm feeling what they're feeling. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Yeah, I start thinking that's gonna happen to me. Like that's another reason why. Look, stop. This is why I can't do a lot. See this right here. This is why I can't. Like this is why I can't do a lot.
But people with kids would understand and they would appreciate it because they can relate because they got kids too, you know. And sometimes,
Yeah.
like, it's good to see someone else. Like, I remember having a friend of mine, she was just like, "Oh, Maria, I'm so glad to talk to another adult." I haven't talked to an adult, you know, because she's been with her kids all day, all night, you know, ripping and running, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's appreciated. People appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, everybody know I'm the strong friend. I be telling them I'm not a strong friend. I be saying that, and I'm really not because I gotta, put on my front page, and I look like I don't have it all together. I have to keep reminding them that I get weary and weak too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, who? And the only person I can depend on is God. Like, I gotta look at my Bible because I don't have. If everybody think I'm a strong person, I can't come to them with my problems. They think I'm a strong person, even though I try. They be like, nah, you good, nah, no, I'm not. I'm really not okay. Like I need y'all to hear me when I say that. I could say, okay, y'all think I'm a strong person, but I need y'all to hear me when I say that I'm not okay. You know what I'm saying? And take that as me not being okay. They's like, no, I'm not the strong one. I'm really not. I'm really not. So
Yeah.
I
And
don't
when
know.
I
I
get
mean,
it,
it's cool. Okay.
no, go ahead. I
I
get you
know.
saying.
I'm saying cool for them to think that I'm a strong person, and maybe I am in their eyes. When I look at them, what they going through, they're really strong. So it's like I don't know. But when I tell people I'm not okay, I need them to understand that I'm not okay, and I'm not just saying that just to be saying. I'm saying it for a reason, just in case something was to happen. I'm letting. I'm not saying I'm gonna do anything, but it's just so y'all know. Maybe I might have a day where I need to really cry, and I don't do that. That's another thing. I don't cry. And I think
Yeah.
that's holding in a lot of my emotions, and stuff like that. So that's probably why I can't get past whatever it is that I'm dealing with because I don't cry. I suck it up and keep going because I'm like, I got kids. I just got to do what I got to do and just make stuff happen. Stop. Stop. Stop trying to break my bracelet. Stop. Stop tearing my jewelry. No. You're not tearing my jewelry. No. You're not going to break my beads. That's not what's going to happen.
That's what I
You have
wanted to
every.
talk about too. Like you saying that
Mm-hmm.
you know, haven't had an opportunity to cry and how important that is. And I've been there before where somebody told me you need to cry, you need to get somewhere to cry. And I was like, I don't cry. I don't have a chance to cry, you know, because it's just me. And like you said, if all I got is me, I can't fall apart because if I fall apart, I don't have nobody to catch me, you know. And like with you said
Yeah.
you can't really just let yourself completely fall apart because you got kids. You know, you can't let that happen. And that's where I was. And recently I saw a video of this young man. He was broken down, just boo boo, bawling, crying. And I really just wanted to sit with him, even if it was on a duet, you know, because, and you know, what I said to him is look at it this way that you know you're fortunate you're at the point now it's gotten so bad where there's nothing else you can do but cry, or it's gotten to the point where when you was ripping and running so much trying to hold it all together where you know you got to the point where you can let it go now, you know. And that's the first point in healing, when you get to the point where you're at that breaking point where you can let it go and have those tears and cry, you know. And eventually I guess when you get to that point where you're able to sit and cry because I don't think you're willfully intentionally trying not to cry, you just haven't. You know, are you?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so because that's how it was. Because I had a few cries over the past couple of days over my mom and things like that. And when it gets there, it feels good. And sometimes you have to break all the way down to build back up. Like Fantasia said, sometimes you got to lose to win. And ain't in this context, but I'm
Yeah.
using it here. Sometimes you got to fail
Yeah.
to win. You know, you got to break completely down. Just like when you clean in your house, okay, somebody might come over and it might look clean because everything pushed in the closet or under the table with a tablecloth. But but when you really clean, you got to take all that stuff out and it looks a total mess. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's got to look real bad. That's why I'm not ashamed. It's got to look bad and messy and ugly so that you can really get it clean. Because if you keep hiding and just tucking it away, that mess is still there. It's still there. You know it's there. You know?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mess is definitely still there. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I think sometimes with the crying thing, for me, I feel like if I cry, like I'm gonna lose my like. I feel like I hate to say this out loud, but I feel like I'm gonna like lose my mind like when I cry. I feel like my tears so heavy that I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I'm just scared to cry because I feel like I might lose stuff and then cry. Like I'm so scared of it, and I think that's why I kind of hold myself together, even though I know that I need to. I know that I need to, but it just won't come. It just won't.
I understand what you're saying because then it'll all you. It's like a levee. You let the pin out the levee, and it's all gonna pour out. You might not be able to stop it or control it.
Yeah,
It may
that's
be
what I
too
feel.
much. Yeah.
I definitely need that cry though. I do. Cause and like if I share like a few tears, like let's just say I'm looking at TJ and he's like I can do like a few tears, like it's because I'm in that moment. It's nothing to do with what I'm saying, what I was going through in that moment. It's because he touched me in some type of way, and that's when I can have like a little bit of tears, but it won't be like a boo boo crying, like that feel good cry. I really want to do that, but it just I don't know. It's just weird because I just my body and my mind won't allow it for whatever reason, and
Hmm.
I have to get it out though. I do know that because it's all built up, and I think that's probably what's causing all this physical that I feel. I'm tired of going to the doctors about it. It's just I just need to be. I just want to be better. I want to be able to function in life and just live my life. You know what I'm saying? And just be peaceful. Like that's all I want. I'm not really asking too much. And but what I go through, that's too much to be asking for myself because it's just hard.
Hmm.
It's a lot. Like we done been through so much. It's just like, man, like what's the end goal? Like what's the end to this? Like dang.
So, what methods do you use to kind of try to express yourself? I know, like coming on here talking and maybe posting videos. Do you journal, keep a diary? Because I know there's probably some things you haven't even really addressed with yourself, but you know they exist, or that they happen. How do you go about addressing
Um,
those things?
well, I do. Well, okay, so I used to journal. I don't even do that no more. Because for me, it just felt like I was wasting my time because I wasn't doing it every day. I was like, oh man, a whole month went by and I'm back in my journal right now. What happened these last 30 days? Like, why can't I do myself in the journal? So for me, the journaling thing, I don't really do. It's not, like, I'm not going to keep up with it. It's just, for me, it's just a waste of whatever.
Hmm.
So I do come on TikTok or I would, so I got, okay, so I met another friend, another girl off of, what was on? We was on a YouTube, it was like an anxiety page. We met off of there, then we ended up in Discord, and then we just started getting closer, so we exchanged numbers, so we both was like kind of going through the same thing mentally, so we connect. So I talk to her a lot. So when we having our moment, we call each other FaceTime, like, hey, Brad, yeah, like, we don't talk all day. Like some days we don't talk because we know somebody, either me or her, is in a space where we just don't need to talk, but we just make sure we okay.
Hmm.
We just let each other know that we there for each other. So I do talk to her. I do talk to my mom, even though she don't really understand it. She just like, because back in the day, you can't just talk about, oh, I got this, I got that. And they be like, girl, you saying, go to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to discuss nothing. So it's just like, it's kind of hard. So
Hmm.
now she's trying to understand it, and I hope, like, she feels like she can't help me. And honestly, I guess she can't help me, but if she's never been through it, she can't really help me. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, I don't understand what you're going through, but just pray about it. Yeah, I pray about it. I do all of that, but she don't know how to help me. For her, it hurts her to see me like this. Because she know
Hmm.
this is not me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She know I'm like the fun, loving person, love to be around people, love being around my family. And let me tell you something. Thanksgiving, this is what made me like, I knew something was wrong. Thanksgiving, my family had a picnic at the park. Okay, I sit there, drop the kids off. I did not get. I was there. Okay, I did not get out of my car. I sat in my car for 2 hours while my family was over there having a good time without me, and I felt so bad, and I didn't know why I was so stuck having to sit in that car, and that broke me, and I was like, I gotta go. Like I ain't even got to say hi to nobody. My mama had to walk to the car, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I don't know, but I can't walk over there." And it was one of the days where I felt like really like easy, like and I didn't want to carry that because I didn't want to scare her. So I was, yeah, I don't really know, and I didn't want to be walking over there, feeling dizzy or lightheaded or whatever this was. I just couldn't do it. And I was so mad at myself because I literally sat there for like 2.5 hours doing nothing but sitting in my car, wishing that I could get in the car and go back to happen. And I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. They had to bring the plate to me. They had to bring the plate to me for me to eat, take a food home. I couldn't even go over there and get a plate.
I
I
know they
couldn't even
talked
go.
about you.
You know they did. I mean, I'm assuming they did. I know my auntie was like, "Girl, why you ain't get the car? You crazy?" It's like, no, I'm not crazy. You need to understand where I'm at mentally. If I'm not
Hmm.
okay being around y'all, it has nothing to do with y'all. It's just about me.
Exactly.
So I have to tell them that. It's not about y'all. It just has nothing to do with y'all. This is what I'm going through. And if y'all can't understand it, then it's nothing I can do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna keep explaining myself to people just for y'all to be like, it's okay. You'll get past this. Yeah, I hear you, but you don't understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's really hard. People just don't understand. People don't really care or have the patience to really understand. They think you making excuses because you don't want to do this or whatever. They don't even do that. They just don't. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tattooed, I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you for brightening the corner of my world for a little bit today. And it felt really
Yeah.
good to hear some of the things you said because I those things I thought it was just me going dizzy and feeling like I'm falling, zoning out, or
Oh
feeling
no.
like I'm going in circles. But every single thing you touched on are things I can relate to, and I think we're both, healing, and working towards that. And what you said is very important. You have to take in
Mm-hmm.
consideration how you feel first, and if somebody don't understand, they don't understand. But you do what's good for you. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Just type in health anxiety, and then you'll see it'll be so many rooms. Like you could go in there with your problems, and I guarantee all of them will understand what you're going through. Because at first I was like, I ain't gonna even try this, but I tried it, and I'm like, okay, these my people. These my people on TikTok.
Okay.
And they help me. So yeah, after the summertime, type in that word health anxiety, whatever, you're gonna get a whole bunch of rooms that just deal with it all day, all day. So
Okay, definitely. I know I had one guy that was on here, Matt Pfeiffer, life coaching. He was talking a lot about relationships and narcissism, and how that
I
affects you.
probably need to follow him.
Matt
I definitely.
Mattphifer, I think Matt Pfeiffer, and he goes on at
Oh,
certain specific times every day. So it's pretty, but he has lots of good information. He has PowerPoints up, so and a lot of those things. Even though I wasn't going through like relationship narcissists, but a lot of things with relationships, it hit the nail on the head for me. So I got a lot.
mm-hmm.
And if you find anything you think might be useful, feel free to send me the information. I will definitely take it. Um,
Okay, yeah, I follow you. So
okay, I'll follow you back. I'm gonna go ahead and head out now because now I have to go to my business. You talked about businesses. Those are another things that I was working on too. That I found out that what I'm going through is impacting that too. I had two small businesses that I started a couple years ago, completely, you know, completely
yeah,
failed.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have
Uh,
selling clothes and well, I have so
yeah.
I sell her clothes right now. I'm like trying to get rid of stuff like I need to start over, but I'm not there mentally to where I can just start back and be comfortable with doing all of that.
Hmm.
I just kind of gave up right now.
Oh, well, I'm gonna keep trying, just baby steps, though. I'm not gonna throw it in because eventually that's my goal. End goal is to be able to support myself fully, just based on my
Mm,
own independent income. You know.
yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm trying to get to be
hmm.
honest. But I don't really want to work for nobody.
Yep. Same. My mental health is already going. I don't need no help getting
Yeah,
there. You know what I'm saying? So
I
most
don't need nobody else
definitely.
telling me what they need me to do for their job.
All right, Miss Tattooed. It was nice talking to you, and hopefully we'll bump into each other again. I will follow you back and check out some of the stuff that you have because I know it's gonna help me. And I
All
hope,
right.
yep, good. Have a good day with your studies. Eventually, I will be looking at my studies too, but I'll be later
Okay.
on. All right.
All
Goodbye for
right.
now.